Okay, I'm gonna do this again and have it not take so long because I keep rambling. But I just wanted to come on here and say this because this is some good advice, and I wish somebody would have told me this years ago. So I was talking with a friend of mine, texting back and forth, and she was complaining about people talking about her at work and all the stuff that comes along with that. Now I know everyone has been told, sticks and stones, blah blah blah, whatever. We all know that the things that people say about us, it affects us. There's nothing you can do. It's gonna sit in your head. It's gonna bug you. We're human, right? Especially at work. Now, in my experience at the last job is the worst place that this happened. And the sad thing is that there was only three of us that worked there. But this whole company is like high school. Like every single person that worked there talked about every other person that worked there. It was crazy. And another tidbit: don't ever think that men don't gossip, because at this particular company, it was the men. Well, it was a man that did most of the gossiping. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Um, so at my old job, it was three people: me, work bestie, and person C. Person C did not like me. I do not know why. I was never rude or mean. In fact, I routinely let her get away with being outright in my face disrespectful. Case in point, one day we're at the desk, we're having a conversation. This is when I was still fairly new. I had only been there a few months. My training at this job was like 1 week. So most of the stuff I had to learn like as I went. Okay. So we're having a conversation. Just, we work in healthcare. So, she wanted to send someone to a place for a certain service. And she was asking me which location had said service. And I was confused. I was confused because I thought that the whole point of this business was doing this service. So, it's like asking which Staples location sells paper, right? So I was confused. So I had to keep asking it over and over. Now, this is a grown woman. I'm 42 and she's way older than me. And I was still fairly new and we didn't know each other that well, and I'm trying to understand what she's saying. Like, she just assumes that I know what she's talking about and I don't. So I keep trying to reword the question in a way that she can get like what I'm not getting. And the whole time she's literally doing this. You know? And I'm looking right in my face. So, and I said to her, like, I was really upset. I felt I was so like, and I was like, why are you I said, why are you rolling your eyes? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I felt bad because I'm like stressing this woman out, and like I'm incompetent because I don't know this. And she looked me dead in my face and she was like, oh no, I'm just so tired. I'm just trying not to fall asleep. I would have been happier if she would have just said, you know what, I'm sorry. I'm just frustrated, because of this misunderstanding. Like, just be honest. Like, it was so, she was very, very fake. Like, she would just blatantly be fake in your face. She would sit right there and say some rude, ignorant stuff to you and then pretend like she didn't. And she used to do it all the time. And she hated me for some reason, and I don't know why, because work bestie was the one that was actually rude and mean to her. Kind of on the low. Like, she did it in a kind of joking way, but she meant everything that she said. That was between her and work bestie. That doesn't have anything to do with this. But anyway, the point is, eventually, I got so tired of being told. I didn't want to know, because she would come and she would say, well, she said this. I mean, she'd make comments about my body, about my personal life, about, she picked apart everything that I said and did just constantly. It got to a point where I really didn't even want to talk to her. But I had to maintain a work friendship because we had to work together. And it always felt I was never being fake. I genuinely wanted to be friends with her, and for a long time I thought that we were. But every single day, work bestie would come and tell me, and this was not, she was not trying to make anything up or no, like this was actually stuff that this woman was saying about me to work bestie. And for people who will say, or maybe work bestie was talking about you too, you know what? I will never know. I will never know. But person C never once came to me and said, oh, well, work bestie said this or work bestie said that, which I feel like she would have. But I don't care because I learned from this job not to care what people say about you behind your back. Literally. You know that saying, what people say about you behind your back is none of your business? 100% true. Now she would still come and tell me stuff because she just couldn't help herself. And I used to get mad at her for it and tell her, like, stop telling me unless you are okay with me confronting her. But most of it was just so stupid and petty, like her complaining because I said that Coco's restaurant didn't have the best crab cake in Baltimore and it wasn't seasoned very well. And she said that I just was trying to be different. I always had to have it like a different opinion, which is funny because I gave that opinion because she asked me, because I went to the restaurant over the weekend and she said, oh, how did you like it? And I answered her question. I wasn't trying to be different. That doesn't even make any sense. Because I'm not the only person who has said, in fact, I'm pretty sure she said that herself. So, I don't know. But if you work somewhere where people are constantly coming to you and telling you stuff that people say and this, that, and the third, if you really want to be happy and at peace and not have it bothering you all the time, just tell everybody, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. If someone really has an issue or something that they want to talk about. And that's the other thing too. I made it very clear to both of them, and I do this when at any job. If you have an issue, feedback, I am not a hard person. If you come to me and you say, you know, I need you to do this, or, oh, you said something that bothered me. I'm a very open person. I mean, I'm a common sense person. I'm a human. I understand that sometimes we may say things that bother people, whatever, like, and she knew that. But for whatever reason, she really did not like me. Like, she really hated me low key, but pretended to be friendly. And I, for the life of me, will never understand why, but I don't work with her anymore, so she's somebody else's problem. Probably doing the same thing. But anyway, if you want to live in peace, just stop taking it in. Don't let people come to you and tell you stuff that people say about you behind your back, because it's just not worth it. And you'll just be happy. You know the saying, ignorance is bliss.